entertained, educated, a little stimulation for your brain. Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show.
Listening to those things, so you heard him and you walked up.
Steph walk up there.
Okay.
As I'm walking up to Steph, Cam's in Steph's face. I made y'all responsible for everything y'all do, whatever. Then he grabs Steph.
Okay.
So me being my little brother, and I'm walking up a flight of steps, and I see a 6'6" guy grabbing my brother.
And that's the footage that everybody.
That's what everybody's seeing.
Okay.
Like,
so that was the first altercation
Sure,
everybody saw.
Nothing else
right
ever happened before that.
Nothing else
ever happened.
Nobody's seeing like how he was talking crazy for the past 2 days. Like nobody's seen that. Like
you was listening to those things, so.
You get used to it.
Yeah. Well, that girl, God,
hey, new productions in the building. What's up, baby?
Goodness.
Wow. Hey, you gotta get used to that. You gotta get used to the new movies, right? Hey, there's a lot of moving going on in the Joe Lockett Show these days.
I'm about to get carpet on.
Man. What's been to the Joe Lockett Show, y'all? We got a lot to get into today. How y'all doing? Welcome, Aquawoman Debo. What's in the building, baby? Tam's in the building. How you doing? Bernadette, how you doing? Family, Judy, what's going on? How you doing? Man, this show is gonna be. Woo. Are they ready for this new show that we're working on, nephew?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
What's about to be happening right now? We can't let the cat out of the bag right now, but man, when I say we got some exciting stuff about to happen with this show and some other stuff we got coming down the turnpike, y'all just hang tight. Bernadette's in the building. Let me know where y'all chiming in from. What's up, Sissy Fire? How you doing? That's what it says, y'all. I'm reading it right, okay? I made sure I read that right, but you know what I'm saying before I say that out loud. But that's what's in it. What's up, Charlotte Realtor in the building? Let me know where you're chiming in from, y'all. It's the Joe Lockett Show. It's your boy, your favorite eating around in the evening, y'all. Y'all come to us to get all the mess. Y'all can come to us to get the headline news. And also, you come to us because we talk about the things about relationships that's there for you each and every day and try to make you a little bit better as you're doing relationship topics. And we do it from a man point of view. And then we have women on the show that does it from a women point of view. Welcome in to the Joe Lockett Show. If you guys the first time here, hit that follow button. Do that for me real quick. And guys, if you want to get the full version of the show, okay, because right now if you're on TikTok, you just see me. But if you want to get the full version of the show, go to YouTube or Facebook at Joe Lockett Show. It's LOCKETT Show. Joe Lockett Show. You can
make sure they put the D on there.
Huh?
Make sure they put the D on there.
Okay, it's just the Joe Lockett Show. All right. If you go there and you'll see the whole full show where you see nephew, you see the rooms and the videos.
The effects.
You know what I'm saying? Now, nephew, I'm not going to do it long on this, but a little more information is coming out on the Cam Newton situation, right? And also on the Today Show, because we're going to talk a little bit about Cam Newton, but we're not going to stay that long. But also in the show today, y'all, I'm going to talk about love, and marriage. And I've come up with something, nephew, of why it don't work for people, a lot of people. I got it. I broke the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, that's what you're calling this?
Yes.
Okay.
I have broken the Da Vinci Code on love, and marriage.
Okay.
Especially for the man. I don't know if it's going to work for the woman, but I think it will work for the man. All right, you guys, first time in the show, let me know where you guys are chiming in from. I see a lot of people join the show. Wherever you're chiming in from, give me your city and state, and I'll give you a shout out. What's up, Timothy? What's up, Faith? What's up, Hayes of Angie? What's up, Doris? What's up, Joanne? What's up, really? Lady Jane's in the building. Really? What's up, Betsy? What's up, Matt? What's up, Sherry? Thank you guys for joining into the show. I am live in my show, ma'am, so I don't know why you're trying to call me now.
Who is trying to call you? You got him like that while you at work?
Hey, don't call me at work. Hey, if you want to know where I am, go to go to Joe Lockett Show.
Go to the show.
Go to the show page. Joe, pray. I'll pay up. We are taking our furniture. Okay, what rental center? You can take. It's nothing in rent. No, it says that. But here's the thing about it. Let me say this to whoever rental center is. Everything in my house is paid for in full.
Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute, they're gonna refund your, they're gonna refund our couch.
Bruh, this couch came from Facebook.
Oh, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, paid for in full. So
I don't know what they own there, man.
It ain't nothing in this house. I own everything 100% in my house. Okay, so you pay up for putting that blasphemy on my feed, sir.
That's correct.
What's up, London? How you doing? All right, guys. We got this show is going to be off the chain. I have figured out like, love, and marriage. But also, before we get into this, people talking about, and I don't want to talk long about Cam Newton, but the brothers that got beat up by Cam Newton, they came and they went on to a podcast. And nephew,
They had to speak their truth, I guess.
they had to speak their truth. And we have a clip. If you guys want to see the clip, you guys go to Facebook or YouTube because we get ready to play the clip here. You guys can see the clip or you guys can just listen. Nephew, I want you to pull that clip up because they was talking to the young lady, and this is what they had to say.
Like, what can make anyone like so angry? Because I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you guys, and there's so much that you guys are doing for the community, and you're pouring into these young men, and so it's just like, what can make something transpire like this?
First and foremost, like what I want to do, I want to apologize to everybody that was out there and to the parents of not just our team, but everybody that was affected by it. That should have never happened. Like, we should have been able to sit down and talk. Like, there's no reason we should be yelling at each other while a game going on. Like, ain't none of that necessary. So Cam has an organization. It's not just one team. He has an organization. So it's just been a lot of trash talk, from, hit more so his side, just out of nowhere, just talking crazy to us for no reason. It's like, it's not nothing new. Like, I've been around bro for 5 years. So like this.
All right there. So you heard what he just said.
Yeah, he said he's been around bro for 5 years.
Did nothing
organization.
New. Right, nothing new, right? It's everything that we said yesterday.
Yeah.
Everything that we said yesterday, right? He solidified it. So, bro, what led to it? He says that when he walked up the steps, he saw Cam Newton putting his hands on his brother. So he naturally, went to go protect his brother. How you become? Bro.
I mean, if I see you getting,
you're not gonna ask any questions, but how did you get to that point? If Cam Newton is putting his hands on you, because he said he saw his Cam Newton grab his brother, right? He said you see some 6'4" dude grabbing your brother, right? You're gonna react. I got it. But it's two things, bro. It's two things, bro. It's Cam Newton, number one. So I'm not gonna jump.
You want to be scary.
No. It's not being scary.
If you want to be scared about it.
No. But first, I'm not gonna be scared because if Cam Newton is grabbing my brother, how is he grabbing my brother? Because if Cam ain't finna do nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of look for a second before I jump at Cam, bro. I really am.
No, man.
I really am.
I'll be honest with you. If it's one-on-one, I'm gonna let it be. And if it's one-on-one, I'm not jumping in.
Right.
If I see Cam and some other folks, then everybody in the vicinity is getting paused. You feel me? Or if we just really getting dog walked.
Exactly.
Like if you saw your brother getting dog walked by Cam Newton, like he ran the first down and spiked the ball with your brother's face, then by all means, you better stop this man.
All right, so anyway, the brothers that got beat up by Cam came out and they saying that, they shouldn't have done it. They are apologizing, but they said Cam Newton instigated the situation, and he, according to the clip that was played, it said that he saw him touching his brother. I want to hear from the brother, like, why was Cam touching him or grabbing him? I don't know that. So like I said, I'm still, from what we've heard so far, I'm still with Cam that, and it solidified what we was actually talking about yesterday about, it should have never got to that point, and they did apologize for that, right? So whatever this is, man, we got to do better.
Did you want me to play the rest?
Yeah, go ahead and play the rest of it.
Who Cam Newton behavior.
But Steph, you was right there.
Yeah, so
I want to know like what trans.
It's got grabbing my brother,
and that's the footage that everybody.
That's what everybody's seeing.
Okay,
like,
so that was the first altercation where everybody saw.
Nothing else
right
outside of him.
Okay.
Nothing else ever happened.
Nobody's seeing like how he was talking crazy for the past 2 days. Like nobody's seen that. Like
you was listening to the whole thing. So
So basically, you know, Cam does this, right? Anybody who's ever been to any Cam, you know, Cam Newton's camp, that's what he is. He, as his words say, I get funky. He keep it real. That's the way he does it. But at the end of the day, man, it'll all play itself out. Let's just do better. All right. So you guys lock into your favorite riders. 12 minutes after the hour. Tam, thank you so much for blocking Renter Center. Y'all, I do not have anything in my house that's from Renter Center. So
he was on the feed.
Yeah.
Man. Could have kept
no, we could not. Tam, thank you. That's what we're to block people. Okay, so just for our listeners, we're not
didn't do that.
But what I'm saying, Renter Center is not parked outside my house to come take my equipment. Okay.
That's it, man. Renter Center can't even get rent.
Right, it ain't nothing here rent. Everything paid for. All right, guys. This goes into relationships I want to talk about today, y'all. All right, so nephew, I figured something out about men and women and why they don't really wind up with the right person.
Okay.
And I want you guys to kind of follow me here, right? And chime in on the show. So, and you know something? You're not tied into the internet today.
I'm not. Oh my Lord.
I'm looking at this, bro. We're good, but we're good. Bro, you ain't trying to with it. Hey, go get us tied into the internet. But while you do that, I got the show. All right, guys, so this is what I figured out, right? And I think this is really cool for me because a friend of mine, we was talking, and we was having a conversation, and an epiphany hit me, like love, marriage, right? And that, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, y'all tell me what y'all think we're talking about. You know, why things don't work. What I kind of understand is this here. What I think is the person you like, men, is not the person they fall in love with. And the person they fall in love with is not the person they marry. Now, to anybody that's listening to our show from Facebook to YouTube to TikTok, does that make sense? The person you like is not the person that you fall in love with. And the person that you love is not necessarily the person that you're going to marry or be with. Does that make sense to anybody? Like, love, marriage?
No.
It doesn't. Think about it.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
The person, a lot of men, they don't marry that person.
Well, like is a subjective word.
Like the one you like
what?
The one that you like, you know, smashing, hanging out with, laughing and joking. That's like. That's the girl you like.
I'm gonna separate the smashing point to it because I can easily not like anything about you, and the smash point just be me just smashing. You have to put too much emotion or thought into any of those two. With somebody that you like, there's usually some type of emotion and thought.
So you can smash a girl you don't like at all.
Easily.
So why do you smash them?
Oh, for me, it's all selfish on my part. It's just for me to get my.
So you just trying to get some more notches on your belt as a young man.
Could be notches. Could just be I'm frustrated. Let me take my frustrations out. It could just be on board. Like literally, it doesn't have to be any emotion.
Gotcha. Okay. So the way I'm explaining this, a lot of times, right, men and women, the person that you like being with is not the person that you fall in love with. And the person that you fall in love with is not necessarily the person that you wind up marrying or spending a lifetime with. Here's the reason why. Here's my reason. Okay. The person that you like, right? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the person that you like is that person you like to hang out with, that person that's cool, that person that's fun, right? But that person has some things about them that you know that's not going to be good for you, right? For you to fall in love. You don't fall in love with that person. That person is fun, right? But then there's this person that you fall in love with because they get you, right? The person that gets you, they does the little small things that you want to get done. But that person that gets you sometimes that you fell in love with, Here's the thing about that person. They're not as fun as the person that you like. And so you find it very hard within yourself to want to be with that person for a lifetime. You love them, but you don't love them enough to want to marry them. Think about what I'm saying. This is a selfish thing on a lot of people, what people do, right? Because when you like that person, it's fun, but you're looking at them and saying, something about them, or sometimes the other person don't want to marry you. The person you like, you may not want to marry, or that person may not want to marry you. The person that you fall in love with, right? The person you fall in love with is the person that's there for you, you know, that knows your inner thoughts, that you're able to share things with, you feel comfortable with. But that's not necessarily the person you marry, because guess what? That person may not have everything that you want for marriage. The person that you wind up marrying, here's the crazy thing. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on this here, but a lot of people are in marriages for this exact reason. The person you wind up marrying is the person that best can take care of you. You may not even love or like that person, but the person that you wind up marrying is the person that's best going to benefit you down the road in a lifetime in that marriage, right? So you may not even love or like that person that much, but they fit the bill for what you need to be married to that person, right? That's not always. I'm not saying always. I'm not saying this is the T. But as I talk to a lot of people in my life and the line of work that I do, this is what I see happens, right? A lot of people marry the person, right, that they're not in love with. They may not even like a lot. They marry the person because it's convenient. They didn't got tired, or you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do this no more on their own, and that person feels like void for them that's going to take them through the rest of their life. Sometimes, most times, people don't never marry the person that they like. A lot of people don't marry that person that they like because, like I said, the person you like, that's that fun person. That's that fun person. And I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm not saying this for every soul out there. I'm saying that when you look at a lot of marriages right now, when people are married, right? Yeah. And even in COVID showed this, right? A lot of people that are married don't really like each other and can't be around each other, and they're not in love anymore.
I wouldn't say they was in love to begin with.
That's my point. They married the person that was most convenient for them. They was not in love with them. They didn't like them, but that's the person that fit the bill for what they wanted if they was going to marry somebody, because it was comfortable for them. Some people have said to themselves that I don't have to like or love this person, but I can be with this person because it's going to make my life comfortable. It's not everybody. But I'm saying there are women and men right now, and I know there are women right now that I could call on this phone right now, and she said, I done married for love. I'll be damned if I'm married for the game. This time I'm married for convenience.
But don't we look at all of those folks that say that a certain type of way? you can look at them, like, don't we do that? No, you can look at them a certain kind of way, but what I'm saying is for people like love, people will say you got to like somebody, you got to love somebody before you get married to them. And what I'm standing here saying today on the Joe Lockett Show is that that's not true. There are some people that are married or get married, and they may not marry the person they like, or they may not marry the person that they're in love with. They marry the person that best fit the bill for them for wherever they need them to be for the rest of their life, whether it's financial, whether it's they have something that they bring to the table that's going to make them better, or whatever it is, position, promotion, who knows? But a lot of people, some people get married and they do not like nor love the person. Well, Joe, why do you think that is? Why do you think they make those decisions?
Because
if you was in those shoes, why would you make that decision?
Because two things for me. I've already been married before, twice, right? Okay. The first time both times I married, I loved the woman, but loved both of them, right? That didn't work out for me. So the next time I would say, yeah, I want to be in love, but for me now, I would more so want to be that person to be my friend, more so than I'm looking like, am I in love with you? Because when you're in love with somebody, that don't mean you're gonna stay together forever. Being in love with somebody does not.
I mean, just liking stuff about them don't make you stay together either.
That's why.
And just using them, definitely, in my opinion, don't make you stay together.
Depends on your motives.
How?
Bro, when you look at some of these women and men that are married, they're married for convenience.
Okay, but if you're, in my opinion, if you just marry for convenience, if it's not understood, everybody's being convened, and I don't think that's going to last.
Joe, I think her name is my Joe said, and this is right. You start off loving the person, and the situations may change. Right, that happens too. Right, that does happen.
I mean, that's life.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, man, think about what I'm saying, y'all. The person that you like, did you fall in love with him?
Yeah, I mean, for me, but I mean, everybody ain't like that.
The person that you fell in love with, did y'all get married?
No.
So the person that you fell in love with, right, is what the point that I'm making is, if you like somebody, that don't mean you're going to fall in love with them. If you love somebody, you fall in love with somebody, that don't mean that you're going to be with that person or you're going to be able to marry that person. And what I've seen with men, we are very difficult creatures when it comes to who we're going to be with. A lot of times, bro, we're with the woman that best suits us for what we need them to be for us.
You're real surface with all this.
No,
you're real surface with all this. Okay, man. I break
down in detail. Okay, if you have a wife, you have a woman that you don't fell in love with, but she don't fulfill your needs or whatever that may be, whether it's cleaning the house or whether it's making sure she got a job. Or
but I fell in love with her.
But you fell in love with her, right? When you fall in love with a woman, right? You fall in love with a woman for what?
I mean, because me personally, or just in general.
You. When you fall in love with a woman, you fall in love with her. Why? Why is the reason you?
Because she has attributes, traits, and things that I like a lot, if not through the love.
Okay, but what are those things that you like about a woman that will make you fall in love with her?
She's very approachable, well-mannered. She's presentable.
That's surface.
I mean, you ask what things.
But those are the things that you say you like. For you, when
that I'm talking about. Me.
That's what I'm saying. Because I need you to go deeper. You're marrying her for what reason? Because that's why you got with her.
That's why I married her for those reasons.
Okay, but other things. So she don't have to do anything else as long as she have those.
No, she don't have to do that. If you just talking about me here,
I'm just talking about you.
She don't have to do this. Oh, I need her to be able to cook and clean and do all of this. No, for what I want you for.
So what do you want her for?
Being presentable, being approachable, realistic to degrees, hardworking, motivative.
Okay.
Stuff like that. When you have those type of traits that tend to bring that type of person.
Okay.
That's going to meet you where you are.
Okay.
I'm not so specific with I need her to do yada yada yada.
No. I want to know why you fall in love. What you saying?
This is me. Yeah. I don't have no requirements like that. My only requirements are those traits. Those are the biggest things for me. The traits that a woman has.
Okay.
That's what gets me.
Okay. So what about how she make you? Okay. So what about how she make you feel?
That make me feel good.
No, I'm saying, but. What does she need to do? What does a woman need to make you do? What does she need to do for you to make you feel good besides the surface stuff that you're talking about? And that's good. But I'm saying, her as a person at home.
Like a specific thing?
When y'all at home every day, what void do you want her to feel for you when y'all at home?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so as a man for me, right? If I'm looking for a woman that I want to fall in love with, yeah, I want her to be conversation and all that, but that would already be why I fell in love with her. But to be with that woman, to be able to marry her, for me, there are certain things that I would want that woman to be able to know about me that I don't have to say. Like, that she already, like whatever, like what I drink, have it ready when I'm getting ready to do certain things. Like how
if she don't do that, you're not happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, I am more when some men, and I'm particular, right? I look at the small things that a woman pays attention to. She don't have to do all the big things, but it's the small things that she understands that's going to make my life a little bit simpler. Whether it's ironing my shirt or sewing a button on my shirt that I know that fell off. Those are things that are important to me, right? That I know that she need to be able to do. Okay. So the woman that. Okay. But that sounds crazy, but like I said,
if this is, it's your purpose.
Yes, for me, those are small little attributes for me that I need from a woman that I would say, she's possibly wifey material. Because see, a woman that falls in love with you, she falls in love with you because you're that person. The person that you fall in love with, you fall in love with her because she's that person. But is that person you fell in love with, is that the person that you're going to marry? I didn't fell in love with maybe 1 or 2 women, but I couldn't marry them. And you knew it wasn't going to work. Think about what I'm saying now.
Because it's small?
No, but think about what I'm saying, y'all. Open your minds up to what I'm saying here. How many of y'all have fell in love with somebody, but you knew that you couldn't marry them? You knew that no matter what, it was not going to work. Let's be real now. You fell in love with them. You loved their dirty drawers, but you could not. You knew if you married them, it was not going to work. And some of y'all married the person anyway, and it didn't work. But let's just be honest. You loved them, and you knew it wouldn't work. Okay, there's some people, bro. You can fall in love with a person, and even though you're in love with that person, that y'all would never work as husband and wife.
I've never been married, so
For people, see, people on here saying it, right? Me. People understand what I'm saying. You can fall in love with a person. That person can fall in love with you, and y'all gonna be horrible as husband and wife. Horrible. Y'all were better off as friends. Y'all were better off as girlfriend and boyfriend. And sometimes y'all was better off not knowing each other and freaking out once y'all got married. You don't even want to be around each other.
Boy, I get like that. That sounds like deterioration.
That's what I just said. No, it's not deterioration.
That sounds like deterioration.
No,
because y'all.
Go ahead.
This is why it sounds like that to me.
Okay.
Y'all fell in love, and y'all know y'all did, right?
Right.
That's the premise.
Yes, they fell in love.
Okay. You fell in love. In order for you to fall in love with anything, there had to be something like in there.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever it was that you liked, or whatever it was that you fell in love with, it had to get to a point to where now y'all can't stand each other, or it don't match. Because if it didn't match before, it definitely wasn't gonna match down the line.
This is what I just said.
But that's some things that y'all was clouded and y'all didn't see no signs.
It was not clouded, bro. This is what I'm trying to. This is why I said I'm taking it slow for everybody. You can like somebody but not love them. You can love somebody, but that ain't the person you're going to end up with or you should be with. That's why I'm saying this. Because some people are better in certain situations. Some people that you fall in love with, or somebody fall in love with you, they're okay with falling in love with you, but they're not okay with being in a relationship for a long term with somebody. That's just the way some people are. Sometimes you're that way. You can love somebody, but you don't want to be around them every single day. And that's what you are. You can be in love with all their attributes, everything they do for you, but the person that you need to be married to is not that person that you fell in love with. That person that you fell in love with and the person that they married is going to be completely opposite of what you fell in love with.
Somebody need to identify stuff a lot deeper than surface. If that's what happens to you, sorry, that it sounds like somebody that needs to identify a lot deeper than whatever it is you just like in the moment.
But see, I don't think so, bro, because
I think so.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say you could be right to a point. I could be right to a point. I'm not going to say that's completely, infallible what you're saying. But I'm going to say this here, that people operate different in different categories in their life. Because I know I've been in love with a woman, and I'm not crazy, and I'm the same person, right? You would say you wasn't in love with her. How the hell are you going to tell me I wasn't in love with this woman? I was in love with her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I was in love with her, right? But the marriage would have never worked. Never. But I was in love with her. She was in love with me, but we couldn't get married.
But for folks, it's like that. At least from situations that I had. Like I said, I ain't never been married before. But from my relationship experience from a girl that I was in love with, and I still have love for.
Right.
The love didn't go nowhere. But to your point, we didn't match as a relationship.
Yeah.
And over time, it got worse.
Yes.
To that point, I'm not disagreeing.
Okay.
But for the folks that met with that, just like I was met with it, I had to address clear signs that I ignored, either A, B, completely missed, or see settled on. Some stuff is shown to you. And with me blinded with the love thing or with the love trait, or I like this a lot about you, I didn't see what was obvious.
Okay.
And I think that's where a lot of other folks, I don't think it's just so spontaneous. Oh, I just found out that this ain't my partner or ain't the right fit.
No, that's not what I said.
No, that's not what you said.
Okay. What I said was, okay, the person you fall in love with, whatever.
But my thing on that point is, my accountability would be I picked wrong. My accountability would be I picked somebody and didn't address the traits I needed.
Okay, but we got to talk on it though. Let's expound on it a little bit, right? You still, even though you missed some stuff, you still fell in love with that person. You did, right? So even though you ignored or missed or didn't pay attention to whatever word y'all want to use, you still.
What that mean in my point?
No,
I fell in love with somebody that didn't account for traits I needed. I fell in love with somebody that did not meet me everywhere. She met me in spots, and I fell in love with that.
Okay.
That the love trait should, in my opinion, shouldn't be what we addressing, because we addressing was not there. We're addressing why it didn't work.
Okay, so
the love part still worked because I can still say, I'm assuming.
Okay, go ahead.
Anybody that you married, you still have love for.
No.
All right, if I did. Y'all heard you say it before. you trying to cap.
You said I still got love for her?
Yeah.
My second wife?
You gotta be saying, if you gonna go but you okay. Now, how we get this school up? Okay. I said anybody. I didn't say just second.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Maybe see.
But I'm just saying, you know the story. But come on, let's go.
Either way, you can address that you still have love for whoever it is that you had previously.
Right.
But address y'all didn't work for a good reason. That's that, and from there, that takes accountability. I think a lot of folks need to be accountable of how they sparked up love.
Now
they have to be accountable of how they engage with somebody and they grew to have something they can't replace.
Now that part I'm going to agree with you to wholeheartedly on what you're saying. Right. That is very true. And what I'm saying today, please don't think I'm trying to make this shoe fit for everybody, because I'm not. That is not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to make what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are people that are in relationships or they get in relationships and they will not be with the person that they like. The person they like, but they would not fall in. The person they like, they're not going to fall in love with. The person they fall in love with, they're not probably going to marry. And the person that they marry will be entirely different than the person that they like or they're in love with. That's what I'm saying here. That's for men and women. Don't mean that's everybody, right? But I've seen it happen too many times for us not to really talk about what is really going on here, right?
Yeah.
Because if you like somebody, and I know for me, the person that I like is probably not the person that I'm going to marry. That's the person you have.
That's my question.
Sure.
Why is it that you feel like that?
Because at this stage in my life, the people that I like, it's fun to hang out with, but I don't, see them as a person that pays a lot of attention to my personal wants and needs. They're just fun. You know what I'm saying? Can
I ask this?
Sure.
Do you think your personal wants and needs could have kept you from love too?
Of course.
And do you think your personal wants and needs are so needed?
For me, it is. Maybe not for them, because that's what I want and need.
Okay. So you'll be more willing to deal with what you want than have something that you need.
No, I'll be really willing. At this stage in my life, I would rather deal with someone who sees those things and able to walk through the door and do those things in time without me having to say those things. And those things have happened to me in my life.
Right. I got you.
A woman that knows her man, he don't have to say certain things. A man that knows his woman, she don't have to say certain things. They know how to move within each other, right? But that may not be the person that you fell in love with.
in your circle.
Sure. Hey, Monique.
How many times do you think you was approached with that?
Approached with what?
Somebody that would be willing to do all the stuff that you feel like you wanted or that you feel like you needed.
A plethora of times.
But can you count them on one hand?
No.
But you know it's more than one.
It's way more than one. It's way more than 5.
And did you like them?
It was okay. Because a woman likes me or falls in love with me, that don't mean I feel the same way about them.
True.
You see what I'm
saying? I'm just talking from your end. Did you like them? Or did you have things that you loved about them?
There were things you liked about them, yeah. Anybody that's in my circle that I told you, there's things I like about them, yeah.
Okay. And take you out of it.
Okay.
I think a lot of folks, because I agree with your point as far as when it comes to preferences and what you feel like you need your partner to do in order for y'all to be in a great relationship.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I feel like a lot of folks move about that a little bit more deeper than they want to admit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff, if I can just put it as blunt as I can,
okay.
A lot of that shit is irrelevant. But you, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said for preferences.
Yeah, but for you,
for me,
is irrelevant.
For me, like I said, I'm only going based off what I feel. She know what it is. I think she saw a few of these episodes. Because I'm getting low key dropped information of wow. Did you hear something? So at this point, I get it, but at the same time, it like I'm being blunt. Yeah, for me,
right?
That's how it sounds like for me.
Okay.
I can easily be wrong.
Okay.
And whatever it is that you feel like is your preference, if you get it, then it works. Then all better for you. But a lot of folks would go with these certain type of things or these real digged in type of non-negotiables, or at least it's presented as non-negotiables to where you either scare folks off or you leave a bad taste. Like, and I'll give you an example. Like I said, off of us. But as another example, I got a homeboy. He do things with his girl. They still together. They got a kid. What they do is how they do it.
Right.
And how they move through their love language, a lot of folks would be like, that's crazy.
Right.
A lot of folks would jump on the judge tip, which, like I said, for me, I would never do how they do it.
Okay.
I would never, you know what I mean? Even how they talk to each other, but how they talk to each other, they understand.
Right. Right. And it's cool for them.
And it's cool for them.
Right.
And from my POV, I can see them liking each other, but the love is very much there. But they came to each other off of the like. Yeah, but they addressed other things that they had that they needed.
And like I said at the beginning, right? This shoe does not fit everybody.
It doesn't.
Okay, so I'm just talking about, for people who wind up and you talk about why you're not married, why you're not together. This may be why. And what I want to be able to do is open this up to the chats on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. If you guys want to chime into the show, let me know, and we will bring you guys on. Let you guys talk about it.
You guys send the invites. Oh,
okay. We're gonna send the invites.
Oh Lord!
If you guys want to, chime in, you let us know. I bring you onto the show. If you agree with me, we're talking about like, love, and marriage, right? And I'm of the belief that some people, ladies and men, hey Denise, how you doing, baby? I ain't seen you in a while. So I hope
she been ducking us.
No, actually, last time she was here. She was on the show with you. I was out.
I know.
Yeah,
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but she been busy though. She got a lot of stuff.
She been ducking.
Yeah. What's up, lights, camera? She's been busy. So what we're talking about is like, love, and marriage. And I say that the person that you like is not necessarily the person that you're going to fall in love with. And the person that you fall in love with is not necessarily the person you're going to marry. Is it last time? Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah, I wasn't. I asked y'all to bring me on. Oh, you want to bring you on? Oh, okay. I don't think you got enough followers, Denise.
Send your email to me.
Text
your email.
Text your email to nephew, and he'll send you a link. Text your email to nephew. He'll send you a link. and then we'll bring you on because you don't have enough followers on there. All right. He's waiting for your text right now, Denise. Nate Clark, what's going on? So I would say, especially, I see this a lot in men, right? And some women too, though, because I see a lot of women. I see this more in women than I do men. I see this more in women than I do men. I see women with men that they have no business marrying, that they're not in love with, that they don't really like, but they marry them for the convenience, right? And so I think a lot of times unhappy marriages, right, are gathered around the pretext of like, love, and marriage. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people marry for the convenience of being married, right? And I would ask y'all the question, or security, absolutely, MD. Do y'all think more people marry for love or for security? Real talk. Or stability, right? Because when you look at a lot of marriages, man, a lot of people don't like the person that they marry for real. They sort of kind of like them. And there may be a little love there, but like y'all said, security or stability, right? So y'all get what I'm saying. The person you like, you may not fall in love with. The person that you fall in love with, right? You may not marry them because, like I'm saying, the person, this is what I think with women. The person that a woman falls in love with, he's not able to either take care of her or provide for her. The woman that the guy falls in love with, she don't feel that way for him. For whatever reason, right? She don't see him like that. She don't want to get married. So like I said, a lot of people wind up settling for somebody else. So the woman that they wind up marrying is the woman that said, I will be with you, but that ain't the woman that you fell in love with.
That's what you see most of the time?
I see a lot. I see a lot of that, bro. When you look at a lot of marriages, right? A lot of marriages, people are just going through the motions. They're not happy. I'm not saying everybody, but bro, there are marriages right now, man, that they are just there because they have kids, but they don't go nowhere. They don't go to dinners. They don't do anything together.
I mean, sometimes life be like that.
No, but bro, no.
I think sometimes.
Okay, but we can't. No, this is what I know for myself. Life is never too busy for you to date your wife, for you to date your husband. Ain't nobody that got an average life working a 9 to 5 or whatever you're doing is that damn busy. No, it does not happen. We choose to say we're busy. We choose to say I'm sleepy. We choose to say I'm tired. That's what we choose to do. Okay, let's keep it real. If you're freaking married right now, right? And you're not dating your husband, if you're not dating your wife, if you're not texting sexy things or, sexting with one another.
Mandatory?
It's not mandatory, but it's needed.
I mean, but a lot of times folks like y'all talk about it like it's mandatory.
It's needed. It's needed.
It's needed whenever they feel it's needed.
Okay, but what happens in marriage is it goes none and void. It stops happening after you start lifing and you put life in front of y'all. And what happens when you do that? One of y'all start to deteriorate from the marriage. And then the other person starts to deteriorate from the marriage. And the next thing you know, you got somebody that you're roommates with. That's your husband by law, but in the house, y'all are roommates. Come on now. Let's just keep this real. They can take out a side piece. Yeah. Exactly. They make time. They make time for that other woman. Well, she make time for that other man.
Everybody be cheating.
No, but what I'm saying is
everybody. Yeah,
everybody say that. No, it's easy, but everybody's not cheating. But what I'm saying is, even if you're not cheating, everybody ain't happy either. Everybody ain't happy either.
My thing is not for the happiness part today. You're right.
So why would you be in a marriage if you ain't happy?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, please, sir.
I'm about to get on one, but go ahead.
You're right. a lot of these folks are in these marriages unhappy. And this is only me from outside in. Like I said, I ain't been married. Mm-hmm. But I hear that a lot from folks like yourself. Hey, you need to do yada, yada, yada. But when life is life and all of these specifics can easily bump stuff out and make it worse too. Because at a certain point, you got to know what your partner is doing or have that type of trust. Now, if you ain't got that type of trust, of course, you're going to want a lot of stuff that you ain't going to really be getting. But for the folks that do get in these marriages, like I said, I'm only assuming I'm what you say, Similac, way behind the ears on that. Yeah. I ain't never tried to get married. I'm not trying to now. Right. But I would think if I'm in a marriage and I'm putting myself in that place, that when I'm married and life is life and I don't get the things that I would want, that it's just us going through our phase. It's not something that just because I want it, it may not be needed at this time. Just because I want it, it may not be beneficial for us as a relationship at this time. Maybe we have to be a lot more focused on what it is that we want to get so we can do what we want to do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I ain't been in no relationship. I'm just saying for me, if I was in that relationship, we're talking about me. Get on, make a point, bro. Make a point. You sound like you disagree.
No, I agree with you on the premise. Because I think that every man and woman that fell in love with each other said the exact same thing. But
I don't want to pressure my wife to do crap just because I like it.
Thank you. So you're talking like a married man, right? Here's then a married woman. Here's the problem with that. Take it from us, married folks that have been married before, right? Okay. You continue to not want to bother your wife. She continues not to want to bother her husband. You know what happens, nephew? That goes into 3 months. The 3 months turns into a year. That year turns into a year and a half. Then y'all realize y'all haven't dated in a while. Hold on.
I get you.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? And so when y'all go try to date, guess what that date is?
It's awkward.
As hell. You see what I'm saying? Got you. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. Everybody what you said, you're absolutely right. And people don't want it and they try to fix it. But when you get back to that place after you stop being busy, you fell out of love or fell out of something with the person that you married. Y'all are not in the same place anymore. You look at life a little bit different. You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's the way it is. She ain't that person or he ain't that person that you saw. Now here's the thing I'm gonna say for men and women. Y'all know what I'm talking about that have been through this. You try your damnedest, right? To be the best person you can for that person because
we got Miss Denise. She
okay. Well, I said, wait, but she being I got us there. Denise, hold on.
She can hear you.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna give her the floor when she come on. So I got her. Tell the whole time. I got you. But a lot of us, when you get into these relationships, right? You know what I'm talking about. A man and a woman that hadn't dated or kind of put it to the side in life and raised kids or whatever, when you get back to that point, even though you're trying to get back there and you both of y'all put your best effort forward, right? Sometimes that spark, that magic is gone. And unfortunately, you get frustrated. And then you go through I'm saying about tech, but you go through counseling because you want to fix it. You don't want to lose your husband. You don't want to lose your wife. So you're going through it and you're trying to make it work. But for some reason, something doesn't happen. During that time that you were being patient, understanding, something transpired. Think about that. Y'all let me know what that is. We're going to bring Denise onto the show. Y'all know Denise. That's my sister. That's my baby. I love her. Ain't seen her in a minute. Denise, welcome home, baby.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
first, I actually have to agree with a lot of what you're saying today, Joe. And it's crazy because I don't ever agree with you for real, but I have to agree with you. I think.
And if you guys want to see Denise, go to Facebook or YouTube and she's live there.
Right now, because not tomorrow. I look cute tomorrow when I come over there. Okay, so real quick, I call it selfish. Because some people marry not for love. They love what the person's doing, and they love, like you said, the convenience and the benefit of it. when you're dating someone, getting into this relationship, this and that and the other, it's all, and you can have fun with that person. But I know, for speaking from a woman, they look at more so what this man can do for me, or what this man can do for me and my kids. So once you see the benefit of it, then it's, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry this. It's not that you're marrying him because you're totally in love with him. You're marrying him because of what the hell you see he can handle, and what he can do, what he can build for you. And then when you're in this marriage, he's built this for you, he's gotten his family, he's got you through school, this and that and the other. You run into this person who you absolutely want to be with. Now it's crap. My household, I love him. I love what he's given me. I got the benefit. Now I'm through school, but this person right here is who my heart belongs to, and he can't give me what this person I married can give me. I look at that as being selfish, because then you get to that point, women, you drag this person on that you're married to because of the benefits. No woman can say, oh, it's not about that. Yeah, it is. Because no woman, if that same person that you married didn't have what he had, or what didn't have the benefits to offer you, you will not marry him. Period. Let's put that out there. But then you get with this other person who you absolutely, oh my God, I love him, but he can't do nowhere near what my husband can do, or this man I married, and I'll just cheat. This is a situation right now that I have, and it's not me, never been married, but I've seen it happen too many times, and one is happening currently. It is selfish, foul as if, wrong. So I agree with you, Joe. The person who you have fun with, just have fun with them. Don't marry them.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it how it is. If you're gonna marry someone, marry them because you absolutely love them. And when I say absolutely, wholehearted, no matter what they have. If they didn't have it, that is a problem. And you know me, I'm not the one that's quick to get into no marriages, but it's time out. And women, right. I know you said that men do it more. From my point of view, women do it a lot, way more than men. Only because we look at benefits more so than y'all look at.
Right, and I had to change that, D. When I thought about it, because I said, something online, because I do know more women that marry for convenience than men did. Right.
We do.
And
woman never done it, but right. We do. We have the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the 90%, 80% of the time is us with the kids. Go ahead.
And someone's asking, are we abandoning marriage? No, I'm not abandoning marriage. What we're addressing is, when people are married, because here's what I see in 2024 for America, right? There are a lot of people that are in relationships or married that are not happy, and people are trying to figure out why. Or you see that the divorce rate is going up. More people are getting divorced, and they're getting divorced for short times. Some people get divorced after they've been married for years, right? What is actually going on, right? Some people grow apart. But what I'm beginning to understand is sometimes when you enter that relationship of marriage, and this is not for everybody. If the shoe don't fit, right, don't try to put it on, because I'm not talking to you, respectfully and honorably, right? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the people who know what you did. And your partner probably didn't understand it, but you're now not happy. And now you want out. Or the person that's in a marriage and can't figure out why their marriage is going bad, because they don't know what their spouse knows, how they truly feel about you. See, sometimes you can be with somebody, man, and that's the person that filled the void at the time that you needed them to fill the void, and you married them. Now, y'all can act like y'all don't do that, ladies and gentlemen, but you have.
But how do you communicate that then?
You don't. That's just a learning experience. There's no quick pro to this, bro. There ain't no answer. You just have to understand what you got yourself into and what you decide to do with it. Again, I think marriage is let me be clear on this show. I think marriage is a beautiful thing. And if you find the person that you fall in love with, you should get married. I'm not against marriage. But what I am against is being married and you're not happy. What I'm against is
already. So if you can't address the issue, then so are you just stuck, or do you just it's either implode or stay happy?
Can I let me say something on that? So when you're saying what do you do, the right thing to do is, hey, sit down with your partner and say this is what the deal is. Honestly, most people are cowards. So what they do is they continue to be in that marriage, and they may even file for. I don't believe in legal separation. You're still married, but they will remove themselves out of the household. They got what they needed. They got what they needed. So backup plans, though. Most women, we do backup plans. So that's your husband at this point is now your backup plan because you still want that stability. You don't know where to go on once we stepping out here into this other zone with this person who we absolutely having fun and crazy about. Okay. Something you just said, Joe. Sorry, you said something I wanted to address that, but what do you do about it? That's going to depend on the person. When people start realizing they love or like or dislike their spouse during COVID. A lot of those properties that went on the market were people who were getting divorces. Why? Because a lot of people at that point had to stay at home and work, and they were around their spouses more. Most times, our spouse, we're gone. So we don't see each other majority of our day. We see each other dinner, go to sleep, in the morning, leave. You know, if you want that person, love that person, and I mean unconditionally, when you have to be around them 24/7. There are a lot of people that got divorces during COVID.
Yes. And again, I want everybody to understand. And we got Denise, my other co-host on the show. We got nephew in the building. You guys locked into your favorite eating right 15 minutes after the hour. Denise said she will be in the building tomorrow hanging out with us, but right now she's coming to us via from a location we're not going to disclose. But she's coming to visit. If you guys want to see Denise or watch the show fully, go to Joe Lockett Show at Facebook or YouTube. The show is live there also if you're on TikTok. But go ahead, nephew.
I agree with her. Like I said, I'm not trying to be right on this point because I ain't never been in it.
Right.
If I was in some type of situation that was similar to this, and I found somebody that I match with a lot deeper, but I'm with somebody that I love, I would want to address that. I would want to tell them how I'm feeling in the moment, because if I just go about it and I let it fester, now that could lead to cheating.
But Denise made a great point though.
Most people are cowards.
Most people are cowards and they never say it.
I'm just talking about me. Yeah, but she right. Most people are cowards.
They never say it.
I don't like to, if I let stuff sit with me, I know my thoughts.
Right.
And I'm not going to put myself in a place like that. And it's not even a relationship part, but it's a relationship I had where I had these thoughts and I just let them sit and it got the worst outcome.
It's gonna get worse.
So yeah, I'm the type of person now where I'm not going to do that, especially with somebody that I'm that close with. But of course, I ain't been in a marriage, so it's easier said than done.
Well, and I see a lot of the comments on here, right? People are saying, when it comes to marriage and what they're saying, right? And I'm just gonna say this again: everybody's shoe fits differently, right? If you have a certain way to get married or be with somebody, it works for you. But I'm going to challenge. I'm not antagonizing today. I'm going to challenge you.
Why not? You don't want to be messy.
No, because I want people to really feel what I'm saying today. I don't want to be messy and be that person today. I really want to talk about this openly, right? I want you to say, okay, if you say you're not that person, right? Or you can't do this, or you do things a certain way, or whatever the case may be, or whatever you're saying to yourself, as you listen to me pontificate on what I'm saying today.
Pontificate.
So when you guys are listening to me, right, I want you to ask yourself this question. If you are divorced and you are single, whether you're a man or a woman, and nothing tragic happened to your mate, okay? How many times have you found yourself in this position that you find yourself in today? Because if you found yourself in that position, right, and then you went through it a couple of more times, right, you're going through what I said. And I'm not trying to be right. You found somebody you may like, right? You possibly fell in love with them, but that's not the person you didn't end up with. Or the person that you liked may didn't like you the way you like them. You see what I'm saying?
Be like that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying with people. Some people are complicated as hell when it comes to their personal life. You may want to be in love with the person, but you need the person that's going to take care of you. The person that's going to take care of you, that may not be the person you truly like or love. But that's the person that take care of you the best. And you laughing, but I'm telling you, bro, there are men that have married women for less. And there are women that have married men for less.
So who do you stay with? Who's gonna make sure your life continues how it is? Or
the person that
you
married,
know something that I was always told was
go ahead, go ahead, Denise.
Go ahead, Mrs.
I'm sorry, Denise.
Okay. As you get for women, as you get older, you have to start thinking, when I get sick, who's going to be here to take care of me? Mm-hmm. So when we're told that as you get older, for women, you start looking at things and men differently. So at this point, it's like, well, shoot, I don't want to die alone. When I get sick, dang, who will take care of me? And so you get with these people who you don't really love them.
Hey, Denise, where you got your microphone at?
You cutting in and out on your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. It just go quiet every now and then.
Yeah, I didn't do not disturb it, and so people are calling back to back. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But for women, we're always told, as we get older, your likes and dislikes are going to change up, and at some point, it's not about love anymore. It's simply who's going to help take care of me when I'm sick. Who's gonna, I don't want to die alone. So when you get to a certain age, it's not about I love this man. No, it's I don't want to die alone, and if I get sick, well, my kids ain't here, and so I got to do something. So it becomes a hey, I guess I got to do this thing. And I've been hit with that several times. It's like, hey, you getting older, you don't want to be by yourself, and the kids don't live here. And it does. People will push you in that corner of, dang, maybe I do need to do it. But the other piece of me that's just headstrong is no, I don't want to go that route. You have to be, you have to really think selflessly, because being selfish is adding somebody in, knowing you ain't trying to love them. You just want them for whenever something go down. That makes sense?
Right. It does. And thank you for clarifying, basically what I've been saying, right? A lot of people do that, man. There are more people that does that than we would think it is. And a lot of people like, I want to marry for love. I want to marry for love. I want the person to love me. I want unconditional love. I think almost every man and woman that gets married wants that dream. And I think a lot of people achieve that dream.
You think a lot of people achieve that?
I do believe there's a lot of people who achieve, but I do believe there's a lot of people who don't.
How you know?
I don't, bro. I don't have any statistics, but I want to be, I believe in the positive. I believe in marriage. I believe that there are happy people in this world. And I think happy people are so busy being happy, they don't talk about it. I think we hear more about the noise of people who are unhappy. I think we see that a lot more often than we see the happy people. The happy people are busy being happy. You see what I'm saying? So we don't know if they're happy or not. We just, they're out there. So I would choose to believe that when it comes to happiness, that there are a lot of happy married people. They've had their trials and tribulations, but they are very happy. What gets the noise is us. What are we doing wrong? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with her? Why didn't it last? Why come what do I need to get married again? Should I get married again? Is marriage right for me? All these conversations we have on the Joe Lockett Show is for you to think about and for you to choose better. Know what you may want and understand that like, love, and the person you marry may be entirely different depending on, this is what I'm going to say to people over 50. Your needs and wants this time around. What you got married for the first time if you're divorced, you're not getting married for the same thing most times for that second time. You're not getting married for the same thing. because you're not that same person. You look at life differently. There are certain things you don't need anymore. So there's things now, if you're over 50, that you're marrying different than you did when you was in your 20s and 30s. Think about what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. When you marry over 50, you're marrying differently now. What you're looking for, what you want, what your focus may be, is going to be different. Sandra said your focus and perspective determines your happiness. Exactly. Right? Exactly. So you have to really sit down and think about, ladies and gentlemen, when you get ready to go into this other phase of your life, and you're talking to the man, you're talking to the woman that you may, like a lot. You're in your 50s now. You got about 20, 30 more years left on this earth. Do you like them enough that you think that, that may be the one? If you fall in love with them, do you think that may be the one? And why? I want to ask y'all this question. Why are you falling in love with this person? That's the big thing you got to think about. The reason why you're falling in love with the person. And when you're falling in love over 50, if that person falling in love with you the same way.
Not necessarily the same way, but for the same reason. Like before your 50s, which I'm not nowhere near 50, but when you're younger, yeah, like I said, your needs and your wants change. So younger is, oh my God, this tingly feeling, I love them. Do you really love them? When you're over 50 or over a certain age, I love them enough to marry him because I don't want to be alone. And because in both cases, there are reasons.
And Denise, you make a very great point. Do you really love them, or do you love what they present to you or they can do for you? Ever 50. That was very, very important, because you can tell your friends you're in love with somebody, but deep down inside, you're in love with them because of what they do. You're not really in love with them. Do you know their favorite color? Do you know their favorite food? Do you know their favorite place that they like to go travel to? Right? Do you know the intimate things about this person that you're truly in love with? How much do you know about the person? Do you dream about the person? Do you miss that person when they're not there? Do you want to be around that person? Do you want to do certain things for that person that you're in love with, right? Do you really love that person for them? Or do you love them for what they're doing for you over 50? That's a big difference. Denise makes a really great point there. That's a big difference. Because you can fool yourself and lie to yourself and say, I'm in love with this person, but you're in love because why? Booty fat. Or they're gonna take that pressure off of you, bro. They're gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? The booty fat, yeah, but that's you, 25. I'm talking about over 50. Okay? So over 50, the booty got to be that fat no more. Over 25, you want the booty to be fat. But over over 50, who's gonna help me pay these bills? Right? Who's gonna help me do stuff like that? Free up some money. Man, listen. In this day and age, for the average people that are working in the middle class, it's a lot easier to live with two people than one. Mm-hmm. Let me just say that for the middle class, I ain't talking about the 1%. I ain't talking about the people making over 200 some thousand. I'm talking about the people making around anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000, right? And you got a house, a nice house, and a nice car. It's better to live with two people than one. Because if you got kids, right, around my age, they're either in college, they got grandbabies and things like that. Okay, let's just keep it real. So the money at the end of the paycheck, at the end of the month, don't go too far with one person, no matter how independent you may think your ass is.
Erica Bunker said, let me go back. I was talking. All this and still can love somebody and what they bring to the table. It's not either or.
No, it's not either or. And Erica, I want you to understand, baby girl, I got love for you, but this conversation has nothing to do with you because you're on a different level. No, she's on a different level because she knows what she wants. The guy she got is different, right? So this conversation has nothing. She was married
for normal people.
Yeah. Erica was married for 20 some years, right? And she got a divorce because of whatever that happened was. Yeah. And she dated. So where she is right now, Erica is set. The guy is set. She's found that guy the way she found him, right? Whatever that works for her. They're on the same page. They're moving at the same pace. So this conversation is not for my sister Erica, honestly.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, bro, because for what she says and the picture she's painted, they good.
This is why I say, are you sure?
Okay.
Because we did address earlier in the show that y'all could be on the same page at a point until y'all not.
Well, I'm not. But I'm not.
Some situations when you already married and you figured that out, now you have to deal with the fact that you're married and you figured that out.
Right? I would say for Erica, right? I don't know if her guy was married before, but you just knowing that she was married, she knows exactly what to look for, what she's going to do and not tolerate. I'm going to give her that benefit of that. Now her man, I don't know anything about him. I'm gonna disagree with you, Eric, when you said with any relationship. I disagree wholeheartedly. That's for certain relationships.
What? Why do you disagree with that?
Huh?
That makes sense.
What?
Let me go back to a point because she just came in. That's with any relationship. Yeah, that's with any relationship.
I disagree.
Why do you feel like that? Why do you feel like that doesn't apply
outside of
Yeah, she is. Okie dokie. Why do you feel like that's a difference just because it's a romantic relationship?
Because the way I look at this is, right, when you're talking about marriage, what I'm talking about, what she's talking about, they know exactly what they want until they don't. I'm talking about people who goes into this and knowing exactly that this is not what it is, but they're saying something different.
That's the same.
No. Erica is going into this thing with her man, and they are on the same page. When the person that I'm talking about, the person that Erica liked, she probably fell in love with. The person that she fell in love with, that's the person she's probably married. That's not the same as what I'm talking about. Okay, but this guy that she's talking about, she liked him, she fell in love with him, now they're gonna get married, right? That's different than the person that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person that liked, but they didn't fall in love with that person. They fell in love with somebody else. The person they fell in love with, they didn't marry the person they fell in love with, they married somebody else. Erica's married the guy that she fell in love with.
And what Erica's correlation to, and she can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She can speak for herself.
Yeah, of course.
But from what I'm interpreting,
right,
what she's saying is that can still happen even if, because you're bringing in the second or the third party, right? I think from her point of view, or her POV, is that you could, without bringing in another party, have this same thing get met with you. That you can be with somebody that, yeah, they have all of these other things, and maybe you do love them, but when y'all hit the point where it ain't gonna work,
yeah, that goes without.
You don't think the same premise?
That's the same premises when natural life happens and y'all were on both on the same page. Yes, I'm not talking about the normal transactions when you're going through marriage. I'm not talking about people that fell in love with the right person, they got the right person they grew up for. I'm not talking about that person. That's normal. I am talking about the person, as I explained a couple of times here, right, on the show, is the person, and I'm gonna leave the person that you fell in love with is not the person that you married. The person that you fell in love with,
and you're talking about somebody that went into the marriage consciously knowing that.
Yes, you knew.
They knew for a fact.
They knew that the person that they was in love with, that they wasn't going to marry, and the person that they married, they're probably not in love with.
I think that's the part that's tricky people.
Okay.
How you delivering.
Okay.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think how you delivering is how they're getting confused. Because if I hear the person that I fell in love with and I married, but they're not the person I like, it's going to confuse me, because to a point you had to like something.
Okay, well, let me clarify that, because I thought I said the person that you...
Yeah, you broke it down.
Okay,
but it's just how it's getting...
Okay, so again,
interpreted.
The person that you fall in love, the person that you married, right? You constantly knew you went into that marriage and you knew you didn't like that person, and you knew you was not in love with the person, but you got married to them anyway because, and like as I stated earlier, for reasons that made you comfortable for the rest of your life. That's what I said earlier. People wasn't listening. I said the person that you marry may not be the person that you fall in love with. The person that you marry is going to be the person. Some people marry them because of what they're providing or what they're doing or something like that to make you, as we said, secure. Give you that security, right? That's the person that you marry. So this person went into that marriage knowing exactly why they married that person. in their mind, some of them hope that either love or like would come a little bit more prevalent at some point in that marriage, and sometimes it doesn't. What happens is in those type of marriages, the person that you're doing that to is 9 times out of 10 oblivious to what you have done. And you have lied to yourself and said that whatever you married that person for, and let me be clear when I say this, I'm looking to these cameras. The person that you said you decided to marry, you said whatever you married them for was going to be enough for you, and you chose that to be your love.
So are you pretty much saying,
why some of y'all
are you saying the person who you married was enough until that person wasn't enough? Example, my godmom.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make sure if that's what my godmom, she said, you know, she's been married. She was married a couple of times before her current husband. And she told me, she said, when I married him, she said, we could have stayed single. You know, I was with him for convenience or companionship, excuse me, because she didn't need the money, companionship. Now, has she grown to love this man? Absolutely. However, when they married, it was just companionship. I want to say she was like in her late 40s, mid 40s when she married him. But is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, you know, let's be honest, Denise. It can happen all kind of ways. You can be with somebody for convenience and fall in love with that person. A tragic event can happen and you fall in love with that person. We get it. I'm not saying what I said is the holy grail. No. I'm explaining to people that are in relationships that I am talking to and that I see, right? Y'all would be surprised on how many people start talking about their relationships. And I have to, you know, sometimes tell people that person that you're with is not in love with you. Or you wasn't in love with that person when you married them, right? And they will argue you down until I start to ask them specific questions about their marriage, about their mate, when the last time they cared, when I asked them about certain things about their mate, they don't know. You know, there are people who have been married for over 10 years, bro, don't know their husband or their wife's favorite color. There are people that are married, right? Been married over 15 years and don't know his wife's favorite food or favorite dessert.
Let's speak on both of them.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, you cannot, and I'm going to be emphatically on this one here. I'm going to stand on business. You cannot be in love with your husband or wife and not know some of them small, intricate details about them. Because when you fall in love with somebody, those are the, bruh, come on.
That might not be what,
come on, dog.
That might not be what made you fall in love with them.
That's not what made you fall in love with them. What made you fall in love with them, whatever that is. But because you fall in love with them, you're going to want to make sure when you're buying presents or you're buying, you know, you're doing things for them, that
what was important to them.
I think what Joe is saying is it's the simple things. So if you don't know your mate's simple things that make them, you know, for me, I knew when he had to use the restroom. I know what his favorite color is. I know what he liked to eat, his favorite meal. It's simple things. If you can't answer that, come on now.
I agree, but this is where I'm interpreting it as.
Okay.
Yeah, the simple things. What you're talking about when you're asking them this, you know what I mean, question, most, you know what I mean, in general type, hey, what is this or that they like or that they dislike? I think for them, what their simple things may not be on that type of level. Like they simple things might be, oh, okay, you ask what their favorite color is, but they can really just provide for you the favorite food. Yeah, you ask what their favorite place is, but they really can provide for you what they like to do. It's other stuff.
But it's like Denise said, those were examples.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But it goes back, and Denise explained it better than I did. It's the simple things about your mate that you know that nobody else do, and you know how to feel those specific things for them. You see what I'm saying? If I'm dating somebody and I said, bring me some home to eat, you don't have to ask me what I want.
So I promise you, I cannot tell you what my ex color is.
Okay, but but let me say something to you though. That may not have been important to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it was important to her,
I would have.
That's my point. If you're in love with somebody and what's important to them becomes important to you. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So they wouldn't even have to ask you to bring anything home to eat. When it comes to love, hey, I know my baby been working all day. You already know, let me go on and pick up this. Just make them smile. Stuff like that is very important. It's very important. Oh. And it's not a brand new car because hey, they depreciate. It's simply it's a simple thing. That is so important. When you can do simple things and y'all can connect, really, honestly, since you're that age, I'll put it out here. If you could do some simple stuff to a woman, let's say you're dealing with them, simple, and it just brightens your day up. I mean, brightens her day up. Mm-hmm. When you can do simple stuff and that girl don't care or don't acknowledge or don't anything, that's not that woman. She don't care about that. Now you go over here, or we'll use restaurants. You got this girl, you really, really liking her. Like y'all been dating a lot. Like you've given her this, that, and the other. And then you turn around, y'all dating for about 3 years. You turn around and you do some simple that's not as big as you used to, and you get a sideway look. Mm-hmm. She was into it. She was loving what you were doing for her. But when you try to start doing simple stuff for her, she showed you who she was. And those are red flags just because you are in your 20s. They come like that. Simple things. If she can't say, Cliff, she see that you working your behind off, you giving her everything you can, and your shoes are you had the same pair of shoes on and they run it over. Just saying. That's simple. If she don't see that and buy you some, asking her for it. It's a special day, but just hey, my baby taking, I love him so much. I want to take care of him. I want to show him simple stuff. That's the hard piece. It's all about. It's not and I would tell people, and just figure of speech, I would say is, let's compete loving each other.
Ooh, I like that.
That's Miss Denise's. You can't take that.
I'm not gonna take, but I like that.
But I say that because if you compete loving each other, you're gonna have some knockdowns. You're gonna have those times. I listen to a lot of older people, elder where they in their 80s and 90s and been married all my life. They always say you're gonna dislike your mate. It's gonna be sometimes you're gonna dislike them every single day. This older lady, she said, even though I wasn't talking to him, I made sure he ate. Even though I wasn't talking to him, I made sure that he was dressed. Even though I didn't talk to him, and his thing was, even though I ain't talked to her, I made sure that's when you loving somebody.
Yes.
That's that deep down love. We ain't leaving the house. We ain't going out there.
But you know something, Denise? I don't see that a lot.
You're not going to see it because everybody out here is microwaved. Everything out here is microwaved, and everybody do things for show.
And a lot of folks nowadays, they would look at that as you're staying in a situation you're unhappy in.
And that's the problem.
But are you unhappy? But then that question, are you unhappy for you or are you unhappy for the public? Because if certain things aren't looked at, or he lost his job, we still holding it down because I love this man and he loves me. We may not have what we had. So do I leave him because of what the public see? Because now you get what I'm saying? Because it can go deeper. Yeah. It can really go deep.
A lot of folks be getting convinced that they unhappy when really they're just going through a phase.
Yeah.
Listen, if you guys just locking in right now, we got Denise. She's on the show. One of my
don't disappear, Miss Denise. Stay down.
The beautiful co-host, the beautiful Denise. She's in the building. She will be here with us tomorrow in building right now.
Oh yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
And if you guys want to see the whole show, where you can see Denise and everybody, go to Facebook, the Joe Lockett Show, or go to YouTube, Joe Lockett Show. It's LOCKETT. And then if you want to put the Joe Lockett Show.
Yeah, the Joe Lockett Show. And also, if you want to go back to some other parts, I promise you can get it all at Spotify.
All right, same night. So make sure you guys go to those sites and subscribe to those pages too. We appreciate you guys. And we thank Denise for hanging out with us today. And we're talking about love, marriage. And the person that you marry, you may not like or love them. or the person that you like, you may not fall in love, and the person that you fell in love with, you may not marry. And that sounded crazy when I first said at the beginning of the show, didn't it?
Yeah, you're making me cringe, not just repeating it.
But think about it. Well,
marriage.
Oh my God! But now, as I still talk about it, right?
He make it sound so different.
Sense.
I know, right? It's so extra.
But it's one of those topics, man. You know, think about it when people are like, how did I get here?
Yeah. What spurred this on?
Huh?
What spurred this on?
A conversation with one of my boys. And then a girl that I was talking to. She married this dude, right? And she was not in love with him, but she never wanted to say it or admit it out loud. I don't know if she lied to herself, but as she started talking to me about their marriage, right? And I'm listening to her. And they got a kid together and all this other good stuff, right? But I'm listening, she's like, don't talk to my marriage, and I'm working on my happy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. So I started talking about a plethora of things in our marriage. But then one thing I noticed was, bro, she was never detail oriented about her husband. And they had been married for like 4 years, right? So I'm like, do you like your husband for real?
You actually like that?
Yeah, I did, bro. Because she's asking me, you know, what do I think they need to do, right? But we started getting down to it, right? What happened was she got pregnant by him.
Okay.
And so at the end of the day, she felt she wanted her baby to be with the father. Right. But what she wasn't telling me, and I had to read between the lines, that was
husband wasn't the daddy.
No, he wasn't daddy. He wasn't daddy.
Okay.
But she was just smashing just to be smashing. She wasn't in love with this cat. She messed around and got pregnant by this cat.
How do you get married with somebody you don't want a baby with? That's wild.
Because women sleep with men they're not in love with, bro. They sleep with men they like. A woman sleep with a man that she likes. She got to be in love with a man. She got to be in love with a man to sleep with her.
I mean, I can understand it. I ain't got to love or like you to sleep with you. So
exactly. So women don't sleep. Women don't fall in love with you and pull their pants down. No, they just get like a lot enough so they can pull their pants down. Okay. So let's just be real. But anyway, she got pregnant by this guy, right? And so she started thinking about, I guess, her life. But when she was telling me the story, like, this is my baby dad, blah, 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 blah. But as I got more into it, and I told her, I said, you wasn't in love with your baby daddy. I said, you married him because he was the baby daddy and you wanted to do the right thing. You never found a way to fall in love with this man. You tolerated him. Now that's your baby daddy. Now he become your husband. There are things about him that you don't like, and you're looking at everything that you don't like about him, but you're okay with what he provide for you and the baby because you want the baby to know his father.
So question, should they divorce?
I don't know. The old answer, bro, I would never put that on a family. Like I told her, you just need to be open and honest with your husband, and you need to figure it out. Y'all need to go through. I told her she need to go through counseling first before she talked to her husband.
Honestly, I'm just putting myself in these scenarios. Take it how you want. I don't care about your lives, but for me, take it how you want. I'm not telling you what to do.
Okay.
But for me, if she wants to meet me with that. Like let's be honest.
Okay.
If she wants to actually approach her husband, or if you are the husband, and she tells you that, no, I can't be with you.
You can't.
I can't.
You can't.
I'm saying me.
I'm saying
me. There ain't no counseling for that. Because you didn't really love me.
That's why I told her. You need to sit down and figure out what it is you want, or go through counseling.
How do you counsel that?
I don't know about counseling.
No, I'm just saying.
But
this is on.
Like I told her, before you talk to him, right? You need to figure out what it is you want to do on the best case and worst case scenario. Because
you better be playing them out.
No, because there's a way possibly, right? She can figure this thing out and keep her marriage intact. Because once you let the cat out the bag, that's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how he may react. I know a relationship. I know a relationship right now, bro. And this is what I want to say from fellas and women, right? I know a relationship right now that a man know that his wife cheated on him, right? And he didn't say anything. He just made sure the situation was done and finished with, and they're going to stay married. And he letting it go. So it just depends on people, bro. I know for a fact of a person right now, know for a fact
he got cheated on.
He got cheated on. But he did it in such a way that he made the situation, both of them, her and him, for it to go away. And he's staying with her. He ain't bringing it up. He ain't making it an issue. He's just letting it be known that, hey, if I ever see something like this again, these signs, there will be no more, talking.
That's strong, bro.
But this is what I'm telling
strong, bro.
But this is what I'm going to tell people, because I know this for a fact. But this is what I'm telling people. What people be saying out here and standing on business, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's a damn lot. There's some people out there, bro, that love their personal love, or want to be with this person enough, and they're going to stay. So every situation is not cookie cutter. Some men do stay if their woman cheat. Some women do stay if their man cheat. So it just depends on people. What we're talking about here today is not a cookie cutter ABC 1, 2, 3 situation. We're just talking about a particular situation, how things can happen. If this shoe don't fit everybody, y'all.
It don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'll say that. I'll say this too, Joe. And what you just said, some people will stay, some people will say. I don't know if it was a real or what I saw. Well, the girl was saying, yeah, you cheated, but we ain't getting a divorce. It was pretty much a business deal. So when I do it, you're not gonna say nothing. This is business. And when it gets to a certain so many years, especially when you build some stuff together, we here because we got all this together. We got a business. It becomes a business at that point, a partnership. It ain't no marriage though. So
right. You said that. You said the group chat.
I guess for me, and I'm gonna be transparent for a second. That was the time in my life, right? Not when I was married, but when I was dating. But if I cheated in a marriage and I didn't get caught, and she cheated on me, she get a pass.
You just took it to the chin.
She gonna get a pass, even though she didn't know I cheated.
Wait, so
I cheated. I'm saying hypothetical, but this is me, and I do believe I still do this.
So is this the premise of she never found out your cheat, but right. You found out hers?
I found out hers. I would keep her. I would keep.
Was hers put on the forefront, or was you just found out?
I caught her cheating. Just say I caught her cheating.
Oh, okay.
But she never caught me cheating. But she never caught me cheating.
Yeah, you should take that on the chin.
I'm gonna take that one on the chin.
Yeah, you should take that on the chin.
That's what I'm saying, because I know what I did. You see what I'm saying? I just didn't get caught. She did, right? So she got one. If a woman with me, if I cheated, she'll get one on me. So that would be definitely a chance when I would stay with a woman. Now, if I didn't cheat and she cheated on me, I couldn't handle it. But if I know I was out there cheating, or I had cheated on before and I didn't get caught, I'll give a pass.
If I got cheat, we broke up.
Really?
You say that right now.
I
get how y'all saying.
But I'm asking you. So you said if you cheat, you broke up. So why did you cheat? Why did you just break up?
Hey, man, I needed to get a break like that.
You know what? He was so speechless.
Hold on, Mr. Niece. Joe, first off, you did this. So I don't need to get nothing from you. We remember the show.
I know.
Oh, so now we're gonna go back on.
I own mine. I'm transparent. I own everything I ever done, bro.
What you say, Mr. Niece?
Now we're gonna throw it on Joe. But I like how he said that, because a lot of men, matter of fact, a lot of women, more women than men, yes, they will. Hey, I cheated. And if you cheat, because I had that, and we're very open with it. Chris and he cheated. I can't tell you how many times. I know at least 17. But when I did it that one time with that one particular person, it was, oh my God, you killed me, brought me back to life, and killed me again.
Right. Right.
Really?
Right.
So right now, Cliff, you say that right now. You say that right now.
Right.
If you cheated, and it goes back to why did you cheat then? Why didn't you just leave it alone?
No, but I get that premise, but I was just saying, as far as with me, if I gotta go ahead and step out, I'm gonna know there's no real going back for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna know this is a wrap. Like if I gotta cheat,
let's say this one more time.
It's over there and done.
One more time, then let's ask. Why are you there then? You might just break it off. If you already know, hey, I'm gonna go out here and cheat, it's a wrap. Don't wrap it up before you go and cheat.
But this my thing. Yeah, of course. If you're gonna cheat, go ahead and wrap that thing up. I ain't gonna argue that point, Mr. Denise. My only thing is with that, this is my response to then why you with her then. Okay, if we gonna ask that and we can consciously in hindsight, hey, why did you go through all of this if you knew yada 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 down the line you was gonna cheat? Well, first off, my thing for y'all would be what we said earlier. It might have grew to that point. It might have built up to a point, like I said earlier. You didn't, and to your point, y'all go through these things, you don't address or really communicate, and then thoughts start to fester and you lead somewhere. Right. My only thing is, as far as when I say it is, I know how I am about cheating, and I hold my own self to whatever standard I apply. Right. That's with people. Right. I don't do that with just no relationship crap to say it's a relationship. That's with people. Right. So me knowing that, and that's how I do with my principles. No, I'm not gonna think this is redeemable because this is what I deem not to.
You know, a lot of people, and great point from Denise and nephew. I see women out here said, you know, they don't believe what I'm saying, right? Really, Joe, would I do this? And KT says she never cheated, so you know, and she said maybe looking back she should have. Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, but that was KT just said, right? So
it's a song about that. If I knew, I should have cheated. What was
that? Let me explain the premise of when I say that I would give her a pass. Okay, so my frame of mind then and even now, right, is if I cheated on the woman that I'm with, right, and she cheated, for me, the way I'm going to look at it is she cheated because of something that she saw I was not giving her at home because my mind was elsewhere. This is a mature me, right? So I was probably most likely the cause of her cheating because depending on where we are in our relationship, if it was long term, she had never done that before, never did anything, you know, to bring that up. The reason why she's like that cheating was the lack of what I was doing because of what I created at home. Even though she didn't catch me, 9 times out of 10, she was probably accusing me, but she didn't catch me, right? But I caught her. So that's why I say if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to give her a pass because now I'm going to be upset that somebody else got my woman, but I'm going to want her back and I'm going to want to make sure that I do right by her if I'm in love with her.
Joe, you opened up a can of gum of worms right now.
Go ahead.
First off, so you saying it don't matter who she cheated with? You just gonna take it down? I mean, you can't really determine how this cheat gonna come off. And 9 out of 10, with most relationships, it's gonna be somebody close. Okay,
so let me say this. To this point, I'm gonna be very serious. It doesn't matter who she cheated with. I will be back with her, but whoever she cheated with is somebody close to me. I'm not gonna screw you. Because, bro, like I said, at this mature age, I gotta take accountability for what I did. I left my wife open to whatever, right? Even though I'm mad at her, if she have never given me any indication or reason for cheating, and because of the lack of what I was doing, I can't get mad who she decided to cheat with. But if you slept with my wife, bro, you done with me. No, I'm just saying. No, but I'm just saying, if you was the one that smashed my girl or my wife, right, bro, we ain't got nothing else in common. And if she's gonna stay with me, she better know that y'all better not ever talk again. Cousin, brother, all of that, bro. Like I said, again, I'm done with them. For her and I pushed her in a direction because what I have to say, and people can get mad at me, it's your choice how you do it. I would be upset. But if I know that I pushed her in a direction, she's trying to get revenge on me. She's mad at me.
Hey, some of them revenge is
but it don't hurt. But think about it. Who was I probably sleeping with? I was sleeping with her best friend.
But Chris was sleeping. He didn't sleep with no family member or no friends. He just slept with probably everybody and everybody. And the thing was, when I got with who I got with, even though that person was a supervisor at that department, it wasn't over him. He felt like, well, it was still a supervisor. Well, checkmate. I don't play checkers. But he had a problem.
Oh, Chris, we got to call him under
the. But this is what I would say though.
What?
You know,
but that's the truth.
Yeah, but I want everybody to understand. I'm hypothetically speaking, right? Because
I'm speaking truth because everybody who listens to us all know Chris and I are open like that. He listens to it. I got okay to say it. Like we are like that. So if you new to it, here it is. If you old, everybody know who he is.
I hear y'all. Sometimes people say we'll never be the same again. Okay, for you, but I want you guys to think about You've seen people that have cheated on each other, went out and got married to other people, and came back and married, and they live happily ever after. This don't happen to everybody, y'all. It doesn't. I'm saying some people. I'm saying sometimes it does happen. And I'm just saying hypothetically, if I was in that situation, right? Mm-hmm. That this is what I feel I would do. If I was the one that caused it, right? There's a price that I have to pay. Now, I wouldn't like the way the price has to be paid, even if it was my brother. I mean, my brother would not have a relationship, but this is what I would have to see. I would see her and him down, right? And at the end of the day, right? Make sure that this is completely done. Now, is me and my wife going to go through therapy? A lot of it, yes. If I love her enough, right? That's what I'm going to do because I was part of the problem. That's just me. I'm not asking y'all to go along with what I would do if I caused the situation. Some of y'all could cause a situation and say, "Damn that, I'm out of here." That's on y'all. You carry that cross. This is the cross that I would carry because I know what I did wrong. I know I just didn't get caught. You see what I'm saying? So
I do want to ask a question to y'all men. Let me ask you this about the cheating piece. Because for a woman, and it's true. When a woman cheats, it is a mental thing for us. And I'm big on, even though you said me, I feel nobody can make anybody or push anybody to cheat. That person does. That's for that person. But for women, when we step out, it's because it is something we're missing. But from what I was told, and I think a lot of women who's listening can say the same, when a man cheats, it's not that. It can simply be physical, no connection. Mm-hmm. So if a woman cheats, and that's why I was also told why men take it harder when a woman cheats, because they know she has to mentally be, especially if she sleep with him, he has her mentally, which is pretty much her everything compared to when a man. So when you say you'll go back because it's something that you may have lacked in, if she got to that point of cheating, it became mental. So I guess my question to you and Cliff is.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm a counter your question, right? Mm-hmm. Denise, have every man you slept with been mental?
No. Okay. But I was when I was in a relationship. Hold up. In a relationship, that's the piece. That's the key word or keywords. In the relationship, when I cheated on him, it was because he was lacking on some things.
That's right.
But that was my question to the men. Is it truly, when you say you can go back, most men say they can't go back because he mentally got her. Not just physically, but mentally, because women cheat mentally.
That's what he tells himself. But that's what he tells himself because another man slept with his woman. You don't know if that man mentally got her. Sometimes I think a lot of women that know their man's that they're cheating, that man don't have her mentally, right? She's just pissed off at you. And she goes sleep with that man, right? Because for the women that I know that really play the game for real, she ain't gonna let you catch her. The dude that got her mentally, you ain't gonna know about him.
Oh yeah, you'll never know about it because we do it good. I mean, and then I'm kind of funny about it, but you'll never. No, I'm being serious.
The man that got a woman head, you'll never know him. That man is so deep in the cut, you don't know him. The guy you call her with, 9 times out of 10, she didn't give a damn if you called her or not.
But Joe,
yes.
So would they be wrong in saying what they said then? Or are you taking it how they take it? Because yeah, it may not be the dude that you caught her with, but you know her mental not there with you.
Okay, again, but that's on you.
Yeah, that's on the dude.
You're saying that dude that got your wife or got your girl right, that he got her mental. No, what the man is upset about is that some other dude was able to sleep with his girl, right? And you thought that you were the only one who had her head, right? But at the end of the day, somebody else was able to pull it. But what happened was, real talk, for some of these men, that dude never got her head. The dude that had the dude that had her head, you lost her. You left her out there. And she said, if you're going to go do this, I'm going to go do this. She didn't give a damn about that dude that she slept with. She did that out of revenge of you, what you were doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some women do that. Women sleep with other men because they're not leaving you, but to make them feel better, they got to do it back to you.
We just gonna be single then,
bro. But that's what I'm saying. I love when a guy say, that this guy did it, man. Yeah, that's true sometimes. But a lot of time when those women, that dude that got her head, okay, let me tell y'all fellas something. When you catch her and that dude got her head, you lost your wife. No. Listen to what I'm saying. You ain't got to worry about divorcing her. She ain't coming back once you find out. Because that dude that got her head, and that's about her for real, he's finna take care of her anyway. She gotta play. No, you saying
I agree with him. I agree with you on that.
But that guy that got her head, when you come up there, you ain't got to worry about the papers. That night, she ain't going home no more. She gonna stay with him. She good. You see what I'm saying?
You just lost your wife. I got that.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I tell fellas. If a man got your woman here, you didn't mess around and call her cheating, and she come back home with you, 9 times out of 10, that dude didn't mean anything to her. He didn't have her head. Now you can say that if you want to.
Regardless of the fact, I don't think it would still make sense, even in the premise. Yeah, they might be wrong about who got the head, but at least she gave somebody some.
Yeah, so at the point of the day, most men can't handle the thought that another man had his woman went down on another man, and they got to be with her. They can't handle that. Most men cannot. A woman chooses to handle the image, the thought, and forgive a man. Why? I do not know.
Strength of women.
Bro, but like I said, why the women do that, bro? I have no idea. What? But you will see a woman forgive a man, a serial cheater, right? Just to be with him. And I think if Denise, maybe she can tell me this, I think more women do it because they don't want the woman to have their man. They don't
it's straight competition, because at that point, it's like, that's why you always hear a woman, like, oh, you would that be, or that be such and such, or be this my man. It's at that point, it's not about the man. It's about, you ain't finna get him. Women are competitive by nature. And you think, I'm finna, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Now, even though she's hurt and don't want to be with them, but because of you ain't finna get them. And that's just how it is.
It's a low vibration, but there's a lot of low vibration in the hemisphere right now with a lot of people, right? And me being a single man for the last 4 years, I've had more married women try to sleep with me than I have single women.
And that's why us single women ain't got no single men out here, because most of the married women are with them. And that is a true deal.
That's a fact. I'm telling you, ladies, right? I got more married women in my inbox than I do single women. That's a fact. With kids.
Is it not because of Brandon?
Bruh, I don't care what it is. But what I'm telling y'all is, I have more married women coming after me than I do single women. These are facts. These are women. I have women in my inbox sending me pictures. I have women telling me they just want to sleep with me sometimes because their husbands is not sleeping with them. There are a lot of men out there that do not sleep with their wives. There are a lot of men out there who would just do 2 minutes with their wives and leave their wives wide open, right?
I had a girlfriend that tell me that she had more sex with her now husband more when they were just boyfriend and girlfriend than she do now that that's her husband. She's like, it changed. And I that was told to me last week. Another one said it again just yesterday. So
and this is
you getting that go mode, man.
And this is what I'm gonna tell men. Women over 50 become more sexual in nature as they get older. Men decrease because their testosterone level is not there, right? So men start to decrease a lot more. Women want sex more. So a lot of married women is having less sex with their husbands. And when they're doing it, it's half-assed.
But I will say also, because, you know, again, a lot of my folks are not 50 yet. The two that I spoke to, one is under, I want to say she's her early 40s. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other person is only 1 year older than I am. And wow, goodness, that's telling me I'm in my 40s. But they're in their 40s. So it's which you are correct, because the older I get, it's like, dang, you know, I ain't never wanted like this. Even though I don't get it. But
right, we'll say the 40s and 50s then, right? But I'm just saying,
40s and 50s, yeah.
These married women, y'all talking about side people. Man, these married women, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna call no name, but I'm gonna tell y'all, the ones that don't look like they're cheating, the married suit wife that clear cut, good mom, you know, taking care of the kids, looking like she go to work every single day.
She home,
bruh.
Well, actually, she taking care of the kids.
The women that look like they're home the parents.
Hold on, what you said, Miss Denise?
She taking care of the kids. She look all put together because she is getting put together, just not by the husband.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell a lot of husbands, right? I'm gonna put husbands on game. A lot of y'all wives are cheating while you at work, and they're taking their kids to those practices, and they leave their kids at practice, and they're going to be with their side dude for a second.
Shoot, it get even deeper than that. Some of them be out there at the practice sitting there like another. I mean, I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
that's how exactly how it's gonna go.
Yeah,
that's how exactly.
Listen, I'm telling you, fellas that are married, right?
I know a few.
And I ain't trying. I ain't putting no names there, but I'm just telling y'all because I have one solid rule, and I don't do. I don't sleep with a married man's wife. I do not. Right, but I have them in my inbox. But I have a rule for myself. I ain't touching nobody's wife.
And clearly, that ain't stopping the wife from going there.
No.
When I was at these football practices, they was trying to holler at a few of the football dudes.
That's what
you finna graduate next year?
Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh, y'all think it's a game, right? But I'm telling y'all, man, there are a lot of women that got their lives set, driving nice cars, got nice houses, go to church every Sunday, and they want to be freaks out here in these streets. Real talk.
Not the church.
Bruh. Listen, I know some preacher wives, right, that's out there with some other dudes, okay? I do. It ain't my business. I ain't putting nobody, but when I'm y'all all y'all talking about, there are great marriages out there. But in my inbox, mine, ain't talking about nobody else's.
It must not
I have more married women pictures, more married women telephone numbers, and more married women texting me in my inbox on Facebook.
But Joe,
yes, sir.
This is where you give me whiplash.
Okay.
Because how can you get offered this much proof and have the strong belief in marriage that you do?
Hold on, before you go there, before you go there, answer it. You know, I may be wrong by saying this, and I've never been married, but you don't have to have been married to see and know things. So when it comes to that wife has she has a position. She has to play that position well. But she's women, and when you stand there in your inbox, it's a sexual deal. And a lot of these husbands are not laying it down. They may be great providers, but women, we want it too. The thing is, back in the day, a woman could come out and say, "Oh, I want it." Back in the day, a woman can say, "Oh, I'm sleeping with this person, this person, this person." Now, hey, it is what it is. So it's I'm playing with this. This is fun right here. So when they're inboxing Joe, they don't know Joe. they know that this is a challenge, because a lot of women, when you have that saying, oh, he's just too sweet. Well, women like a challenge. They like that aggressiveness. Joe is it. Okay. Not being ugly about it at all, but he's this confident man that they are attracted to. He's a very handsome man. Joe, don't let that go to your head, but he's a very handsome man. So they see this, and it's like, dang, I want to see if I can get that, because it's that confidence. That husband don't have it. The husband ain't laying it down right. The husband is providing. It's the same old, and I want to have some fun. I want this excitement in my life because I am bored. I'm bored with the same man. I'm dealing with the freaking kids. We got the bills. Give me an outlet, and we look for outlets just for fun.
There you go. That didn't answer. Now, one thing. I mean, I agree with you. But
no, not with you. I just wanted to piggy off of Joe before he answered your question.
Okay. Ask me a question again. For a dude that is on as big and as much of you promote and you show it. I will say that you consistent in it. You show just how much faith and just how much value you put into marriage. But for somebody that have that much faith and that much value and all this stuff to say positively about being married, you are met with so much information to not be. And and that's what gives me a lot of whiplash whenever you say that. And reason being because I've been married twice, right? That's enough in itself for folks. But once you have failed at something, bro, and you see it out there, you start to understand what marriage truly is, right? And you start to understand yourself that these women were your wife. You were that dude. You loved this woman, but you didn't love her enough to listen to her. You didn't love her enough to pay her attention. You didn't love her enough to lay it down with her the way you should have, right? That's why I believe in it, because the woman that I fall in love with, I'm going to want to do all those things because now I'm mature enough to know that I need to do all those things. I'm not going to ride on because I'm doing the two P's of providing and protecting you. No, she needs provide, protection, but she needs my love. My love is not in the two P's. Love has to come from me on a consistent basis, and I have to want to do it. When I was married, I was taught, and unfortunately for me, I didn't do any more studying. And I'm not blaming anybody. That's me. But as a man, I said for myself that this is what I'm doing. You better understand because I'm doing this, and that meant love. That is not what a woman needs. No one ever told me that. I did not know that my providing protection, working hard and fixing stuff and coming home every day and being a good husband, that's not love. That's what you're supposed to do. What she needed was when I came home, after I did the man stuff, she needed her husband. I confused the two. I neglected that because I did not know that was the part I was supposed to, because I never saw it in my life. It never was around me. The men that I grew up around, bro, the wives said, your daddy protect, your uncle did this, he did that, he did that. But when I grew up, that was not, daddy going in the kitchen hugging on mama, right? Slapping mama behind, giving her a kiss, right? But mama stayed. She raised two boys, right? Mama made sure dinner was cooked for daddy every day, right? Took care of him. That's what I felt love was. So that's what I knew. Even when I got older, still didn't see it. So I only could do what I felt in my heart. And there was not one damn part of Joe Lockett that said, I need to do more than just work real hard and come home every day. If I'm tired, damn it, you understand. I love you because I'm working, because I bring home a paycheck. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's what I felt. That's what I truly believed in my heart. I was wrong. I was 1,000% wrong. So now if I ever get married again, I know how to be a husband. I know how to be a man that can love a woman and do what a husband is supposed to do, which is provide and protect. But the woman that I marry, I need to love. Joe Lockett needs to love her. She needs to love Joe Lockett. You see what I'm saying? That's dating, that's talking, that's spending time, that's listening, that's caring. I didn't know how to do that before.
But see, that's like a father. I mean, some some men grow in a household of dad just paying the bills and mama doing everything. And so when they become a dad, I'm sorry.
No, keep going. I didn't know you was the camera was open.
Trying to be a husband, same as trying to be a dad, pretty much. You know, you look at it as daddy, he's the provider, he's the protector. Same thing with the husband, if I'm right, Joe. And then you become that father yourself, and you realize, well, you needed more than just that provider and that protector. You needed a dad. So I think that's the same thing you're saying as far as a husband. Is that?
Yeah,
I think Cliff's question.
Yeah, that wasn't answering.
Yeah, I think what he's asking is,
why I got faith? Why do I have faith?
You're telling me why you have the responsibility.
No, I'm telling you
why you what the trait is. My thing for you is a lot of folks can get met with everything you just did, or the woman can be everything that she needs to be for that husband. But the faith in it is the faith in the unknown. The faith is in what you can't control. And what you are getting placed with for a lot of other folks from the third party position, not yours, not even the folks that's cheating, but for the folks that have the unknown or anything like that, they have this faith in love. For somebody that's been out of love the many times that you have, regardless of if it was with people or with family or even with your wife.
I pretty much, I'm gonna tell you something. What I think he's saying, it's not about everybody else, though, Joe. I mean, Cliff. It's like and I'm gonna say it. We say everything else, but it's about like God. You know, I've had people I've lost, I've seen other people, but that's not gonna. But that has my faith is still my faith, and I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, they may do this, they may do that, they may want to step out, but my faith in marriage is still my faith in marriage.
Because I believe. You know what I'm saying? When I got married to my first wife and I got married to my second wife, I didn't think I was gonna go into the marriage and get divorced. My second wife damn sure didn't think I was gonna go into that and get divorced. I said that was it for me. I wasn't getting a divorce. I just didn't. There was no book. There was nobody around, right, to show me how to be a better husband. So that's why I say, until I can give it my all, and now I understand what it takes to be a man plus a husband. There's a difference. Most men don't want to talk about this, but it's true. You can be a man and not be a husband, right? And you have to be both when you're married to a woman that you love, because she needs both of them. And most times, most men give you only the man part and say, I'm your husband. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. And that was my black ass. I said I was a man, that's your husband, but I never was the husband that a woman or any woman needed me to be, because I went about the things of the 2 P's. I provided and I protected. Shut the hell up. I'm doing it. The bills are paid. I'm home every night. I'm doing what you need to do. Why the hell are you bothering me? You want to go out tonight? I'm tired, baby. You see how I did all this stuff. I went outside and cut grass and did all this stuff. Now I'm tired, right? That's a legitimate excuse. But now it's time to be a husband.
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff, did he answer the question? If not, I think I got you. Yeah. Or it wasn't.
Nah, he didn't.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me try this then. You know how sometimes when you are on the right path and it seems as though everything will come at you to knock you off of that, he getting all those inboxes. He's getting thrown at him, but he still want to stay on that path. Am I walking somewhere where you're going?
Yeah.
So it's like life. In life, as long as you're trying to do right, you're gonna always get those tests thrown at you. Does that knock you from believing that what you're doing right it needs to continue? You have to mentally be strong. So is that kind of coming to where you're answering?
No, you answered it. You answered it for most folks that if you're going through, if you feel like you're going through a lot of trials and tribulation of what you feel like you're doing for yourself, and it's coming at you like it is, then I can get the premise of, then it must be I'm going at the right angle.
Right.
It must be that what I'm going for is really meant for me. It's just I got to deal with depression and stuff that come with it.
Yeah.
But
knock it.
But yeah, I was just saying on my point of view, man, my view on it would have been, and I guess kudos to you. But my view on it would have been so freaking bleak at this point, because I'm like, I see all of y'all people that say you want love, but once you're met with it, quote unquote, like I said, everything apply. Yeah. But once you're met with it, quote unquote, you do this. Once I'm out and I'm doing me, I get met with what I get met with, and it's consistent. Yeah. And if it consistently go back to marriage, and I see all of the negative stuff that consistently go to it, for somebody to be that strong in it, that's commendable for one. And I can see how on the other end it would give a lot of folks false credit or false pause. You know, and I don't want to leave here because I know you guys have been with us more than 2 hours, and I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. I want you guys to think about this, right? That marriage is not for everybody. Marriage is for some people. I choose to believe in marriage because I think marriage is a beautiful thing, and I don't want to die by myself. I want to die old with somebody's daughter. I want to die myself. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of work into it. After these next 2 or 3 years that I get stuff taken care of for my kids and my legacy, I want to be with somebody's daughter. I do, because I want one more shot at love, and I want a shot to be a husband. I've been a man in a marriage that was not a husband twice. Now that I understand this, I want one more shot to be a man in a marriage, but also I want to be a husband to somebody's daughter at some point, maybe about 3 years down the road. I want to try it again. If it's meant for me, it will be there in 3 years. If it's not meant for me, it is what it is. Life has been what it's been. But that's why I truly believe in marriage. I think it's for some people, and I do believe that for some people it may not be. I'm being stubborn right now because people have said, well, what do if you find, what if love hits you in the next 2 to 3 years? But damn, it's gonna miss me because I got something I want to take care of by myself without a woman in me.
That's being selfless though, Joe, because you know you're not in a position to be that. That's being selfless, because being selfish would have been, I know I'm not ready. I know what I'm trying to do, but I'm gonna bring you in anyway. And chances are that woman's not gonna be happy because your focus would not be on her. It's gonna be on what you were trying to do anyway.
Exactly. And you know, I've been met with those challenges, but I have to stand firm on what I want to do at this point in my life. And one thing I had to realize, and I'm gonna leave y'all guys with this: when you're single, don't be afraid to make selfish choices if you know that you're not ready to share that with somebody else. This is something that I'm going through constantly now, of making sure people that's in my life understand that, yeah, there may be something that comes along that may be right for me, but I gotta want it. You have to want it. Stop letting people put that pressure of God, religion, spirit, and all that stuff. That's fine, and it's true. That person may come along, and if you don't take it, it may never come back again. But that's a conscious choice that you or me, you have to make yourself, and you have to be okay with it if it never comes again. I've lived a great life. If a great woman never comes to me after 3 years, I'm okay with that, because what I would get in return is what I'm building now, and that's for my daughters and my grandkids. So I will be definitely okay if I lose the woman of my life, right? I'm okay with that, but I would love a chance in 2 to 3 years to be a man, but also for the first time in my life to be a husband, or try to be a great husband. All right. So that is my point of view on it. Nobody have to believe it. Nobody have to follow it. Nobody have to understand it. That's just mine. I shared it with you. Something you may want to think about that you may be going through in your life. It's okay to be you. My life, my choice, my choice. All right, guys. The one and only beautiful Denise will be in the building tomorrow. We want to thank you for joining the show. You guys can go ahead and make sure you follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and Spotify. Nephew will be in the building. I think he won't be in the building tomorrow. Yeah. But Denise will be in the building tomorrow. Nephew got some things he got to take care of. How we feel about you, right? You know how Denise and Nephew and Joe like feel about you, right? Just tell them. I still must eat liberty. What does all that mean? I mean, we love you. Have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah, have a good one.